Zhuman, Zhumabekov. And as you can tell by the response here in the crowd at the Halak Arena, he is definitely from Almaty, Kazakhstan. And he's a local idol. He's finished all of his fights, 6-1, TKO or submission. He's not going to decision. He's trying to take his opponents out.
And Zhuman is so passionate about his local town here that before he was actually matched up with another local Kazakh. Couldn't bring himself to fight him. He's just had too much love and passion for his fellow brother.
That's funny. We're going to see that later on in our co-main event with Abidi Turshubek. Same thing. He was fighting one of his brothers and he couldn't engage. He couldn't make himself do it, which is pretty incredible. Thankfully, Kazakhstan's surrounded by so many countries. You can bring guys from Russia, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, it's going to be Kazakhstan versus Russia in this one. And I think the whole story of this is that the man they call Sultan Barbaris is this guy. He wants to finish the fight. He likes to give the crowd a good show, no matter how he has to do it. If he has to go out on a sword, he'll do it, but it's not going to go to decision.
And that's what MMA is all about. The fans, the fighters, they really want to compete to their highest level and put on such a show. In this day and age, we don't get too many opportunities to show what kind of a man, what kind of a woman we are. Inside the Brave cage, you get that opportunity.
Well, he's certainly going to have the experience on his opponent. 7 professional fights. Taking on his opponent, Kondratyev, that only has 2 fights to his credit. From what we've heard, Kondratyev is a fantastic prospect and very deserving of the spot, so it's going to be an interesting matchup.
And that's always the key. It's the styles that make the fight. Records don't necessarily mean a thing in this sport.
Well, you got guys like Yusuf Nasser, Manolo, I mean, all these fantastic matchmakers, Alex Soto, the guys that sniff these guys out and find these talents all throughout the world, which is what Brave does. They find them from every corner of the globe. And there you have, folks. Zhumabekov is inside the Brave cage. Let's welcome his opponent.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and let's welcome his opponent into the cage. Put your hands together for Anatoliy Kondratyev.
And now stepping in here is Anatoliy Kondratyev, only 22 years old. As we said, only 2 professional fights, 1 win and 1 loss. Now, interesting fact here is this is his first fight outside of Russia. A little bit of pressure on you. Fighting outside of your home state or fighting out of your home country, it can add a little bit to it.
It really can, and it all depends on how you feel about the situation that you're in. I myself always love to be booed coming out. Gave me a little bit more fire.
You
Other
like being
guys,
the
it
heel?
breaks them.
Yeah.
I do. I don't mind that.
You've been hanging out with Chael Sonnen way too long.
I would agree with that.
Not necessarily a bad thing, the bad guy. Shout out to the bad guy out there on the mean streets of Westland, Oregon.
Yes.
You said it's dangerous there, yeah? Bad news.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy there in Westland. Jeez. Might get a parking ticket if you're not careful.
Taking a look at our tail of the tape, 5 years younger as Kondratyev, still a baby in the sport. Kazakhstan taking on Russia in this one, and you know, it is going to be that experience advantage that's definitely going to go to Zhumabekov. He has the crowd behind him that can make a huge difference in this matchup. What a big fight. This one should be a firecracker here at Brave 6, Kazakhstan.
Anatoliy's game is always moving forward, very pressure-based way of fighting. That can be very, very difficult for some fighters if you're not used to that pressure.
Well, both fighters are ready for battle. Let's go to Carlos Kramer.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next battle is 3 5-minute rounds in the bantamweight division. Introducing our first warrior, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 6 wins and only 1 loss. He stands 1.69 centimeters tall and weighs in at a ready 60.85 kilograms. Representing Khan and fighting out of Almaty City, Kazakhstan. Put your hands together for Zhuman Zhumabekov.
5
And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 1 win and 1 loss. He stands 1.67 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 60.5 kilograms. Representing MMA Profi and fighting out of Russia, please welcome Anatoliy Kondratyev. Your referee is Scott Manhart.
And here we go. It is bantamweight action here. Kazakhstan taking on Russia. Scott Manhart will be the man in charge once the cage door is closed, and it has. Brave 6, Kazakhstan. Look for a good scrap between these bantamweights in the camouflage. That is Zhumabekov fighting right out of here in Almaty. And then in the black and the gray, that is Kondratyev.
Anatoly already moving forward and looking to set the pace.
Zhumabekov has the crowd behind him. A lot of pressure here as Brave Combat Federation brings the bright lights into Almaty. Want to have a good performance in front of your friends and family, but of course wanting to impress the folks here at Brave Combat Federation so you can come back for another fight.
Groin strike there. Zhuman threw a low kick right as Anatoly threw a counter right hand. Anatoly landed just a touch, but he also took the shot there, so we're going to give him a little chance to settle his giblets and get back in the game.
Taking that break, making sure everything is good to go. And here we go. Fight continues in this bantamweight matchup as a kick to the body by Kondratyev.
It looks like the pace is picking up now. Now Zhuman is matching Anatoly's pace.
Interesting little feints he's throwing up there with the leg and kind of teasing the kick, Kondratyev.
These guys, the smaller guys, are just so fast. They have so much energy. They can really put on a show for the entire 15 minutes.
Well, caught him coming in there with that right hand.
Oh, another one.
He's ate 3 big right hands just in the last few seconds. Really looks like Kondratyev is dialed in right now, Nate. Oh, big shots. He's not going to be able to do that for too long. No matter how durable you are, those are big shots to the head.
And Zhuman started off looking very calm and composed. Looks like he's now realizing he is in a fight. Records don't mean the whole tale. 6-1, 1-1. Boy, he's still got that punching power. Can change that fight very quickly.
Wow, I mean, he is just already has his range. He's already dialed in. Kondratyev seems to have all the answers right now for Zhumabekov.
Anatoly, he's not sitting on his feet. He's not resting. He's in and out. He's throwing his shots. And that's just a perfect way to strike. In and out. Don't give your opponent a chance to counterpunch.
Twitchy movement there, Zhumabekov. He connects, but another big shot by Kondratyev. They are trading leather here, the bantamweights, hitting hard.
Anatoly just moving so fast, always cutting those angles. Oh, beautiful shot. Zhuman's in deep and he gets it.
Kondratyev looking for a guillotine, and he lets go quickly. Looking to stack him up is Zhumabekov.
Anatoly's doing a very good job here. He's got the overhook, keeping him from getting hit with that shot. Pushes away. We'll see. Now Zhuman's in a good spot to come over the top with a big strike. Anatoly bringing Zhuman back into his guard.
Very, very strong is Kondratyev. Able to neutralize Zhumabekov on top. You would think he'd have an advantage, but Anatoly has quickly neutralized that.
And Zhuman's really stacking on somewhat of a half guard. Standing up above now. But you have to be careful now up against the fence as Anatoly doesn't have anywhere to go because the fence is right there.
Looking to move those legs out of the way, is able to take side control, and now where does he go from here, Nate?
Boy, he's got to either get him back into his guard or push away, but he's doing a good job of shutting it down. Oh, look at this. Oh, almost had the sweep, almost had the roll. Digging that left underhook now. He's got to be careful. His head is covered. Potential guillotine for Zhuman. If Zhuman can lock those hands out.
Unable to do it, he gives up on it. Here comes the scramble.
Anatoliy immediately throws a right hand. Perfect. Punch on the break. Oh, we're going to check the cut here.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at the cut. And Zhumabekov, you saw that before things really started turning around in his favor. Before the takedown, he was cut over that eye. And they're going to take a look right now as our doctor attends to Zhumabekov. And Zhumabekov did a great job of coming back, considering how many shots he was taking. Let's take a look at the replay.
Nice shots land by Anatoliy there. And a beautiful shot here going underneath by Zhuman and just continuing to drive forward.
You got to believe that's going to give him confidence as the fight goes on, knowing that he can get that takedown.
Get the takedown, but what can you do with it once you get there? That's the key.
There he goes again, and he shoots for it. Great defense by Kondratyev.
Anatoliy just dropped his hips heavy, kept Zhuman from driving in, and it wouldn't let him go up against the fence again. Anatoliy with double underhooks and throwing those knees, and then punching on the break. Always punch on the break, kids.
Wise words from Mr. Nate Quarry.
All sorts of MMA nuggets in me.
That's why we brought you in. Charging forward here is Kondratyev, and gosh, those hands are lethal from Kondratyev. He has done some serious damage to the Kazakh fighter.
Zhuman faked a shot, went for a shot, and paid for it with another right hand by Anatoliy.
Final seconds here in round number one. It looks like they almost met heads as they both look for the takedown at the same time, and that is going to be it. There's the bell. That's the end of the round, and a very eventful round here for Kondratyev and Zhumabekov.
This is our first fight of the night going into the second round.
Yeah, no doubt. Both men still have a ton of energy, and although Zhumabekov was getting tagged and getting pieced up a little bit, he was able to get that takedown and kind of change the momentum. But I think the real story of the fight already is Kondratyev and these hands. I mean, they have been right on point.
Oh, beautiful right hand there. Very good with the combination. Zhuman getting that takedown. And he was able to ride some time out, do a little bit of damage, but Anatoliy was able to pop back up and again, land some more shots.
Take a look at the corner of Zhumabekov as they attend to that cut above the left eye that was losing quite a bit of blood. So we see our first real blood of the night. We see we're going into the second round. Now we're really seeing a war begin here inside this Brave cage.
Looks like the bleeding has been stopped, so hopefully that won't be too much of an issue for Zhuman.
And here we go, time to move right along here, go into our second round. Now, Zhumabekov, you got to believe he's going to want to go for that takedown and go for what he's good at, go to his bread and butter. But Kondratyev's not going to give it to him very easily. He's going to have to set it up.
Yeah, if I'm Anatoliy, I'm seeing that cut. I'm aiming for it with every shot. Get it to open up again. You see your own blood, a lot of fighters will start to panic, and that makes things easier for you.
And here we go. Round number two is underway in this bantamweight matchup.
And look at this pace. These guys are just incredible athletes. Moving in and out as Anatoliy, really setting the pace fast here.
Kick to the body there by Kondratyev, whose striking has been absolutely impeccable here.
Zhuman really needs to time off of one of these jabs and shoot in for a deep takedown. Bring it back down to the ground and try and get some ground and pound on him. It's tough, though, because they're in the smaller weight class, they're never going to get gas. They come into the fight in shape. You take them down, try to grind them out. Doesn't matter. They stand back up. They're going to have just as much gas as they did before you took them down.
Kondratyev is going to be a dangerous fighter in this division with that sort of hand speed.
Oos.
And that accuracy, but then, as I say it, a nice jab by Zhumabekov. Let the fireworks continue to blast off here in Almaty.
That was a solid jab, too. Put some fire in Zhuman.
We knew that he would have to get his striking back on track, and it looks like he is a little bit more dialed in. It looks like he's starting to get his range.
He can't let Anatoly set the pace. Now he's moving in and out and using that jab. Now he needs to follow that jab. Oh, big right hand by Anatoly. Oh, another one.
My goodness, and that's a desperation takedown attempt by Zhumabekov. You could tell he was hurt by that right hand.
The desperation double. You eat that right hand and immediately shoot for the takedown. Calm things down. Give yourself a second to think, clear the cobwebs. And another big right on the jaw by Anatoly.
I'm giving credit where credit is due, and that is to Zhumabekov for still being on his feet right now. Those are small gloves, and he has taken a lot of damage.
And this pace by Anatoly is just incredible. And again, moving in and out, throwing those shots, not giving Zhuman a chance to counterpunch. When Zhuman is doing well, he's the one setting the pace and coming in with that stiff jab.
He is very, very weary of the counterpunching right now, and he's almost a little bit hesitant. He's allowing Kondratyev to dictate the pace. And there's another big one as he turns his head.
Boy, that right hand is really finding a home.
Can he put him away? Both men missing that exchange. Who would have thought that the bantamweights were going to be the ones giving us the slugfest here at Brave 6?
And Zhuman really stalking Anatoly, trying to put him in a corner in our round cage here. But Anatoly's just moving too much to let that happen.
Oh, there's another right hand as it glances off the chin of Zhumabekov. How many can he take? He's showing us that that chin is very much intact as he charges forward after taking some pretty big shots by Kondratyev.
And Zhuman's eye, while it is cut, not a whole lot of swelling, so I don't think his vision is really affected. That's tough when you get some eye swelling. Boy, they'll cut your field of vision as your opponent's cutting angles on you. Another big left hook by Anatoly.
If you're Kondratyev, do you just continue to charge forward instead of just throwing the 1-2? Do you just keep going? Do you keep that continuation? Because I think he could really back off Zhumabekov. Oh, there it is, takedown attempt. He clasps those arms and he gets it. Perseverance, my good friend, perseverance.
Indeed, it's not over till it's over. Anatoly taking some shots now on the ground, but not really damaging shots, though. Just got to watch out. Zhuman's going for that guillotine.
Well, looks like he has it locked in, too. And he's yanking back, putting some torque on that neck. Is he going to finish him? He's in trouble, Nate.
And Anatoly is just squirming and struggling to get out of that grip.
Oh,
and he's out.
He survived.
Out of the firing pan into the fire as he's now mounted.
15 seconds left here in round number 2 as Zhumabekov has turned the tables on Kondratyev.
Anatoly just needs to scramble, or he can ride out this round here. He's close to the end. Keep him locked down so he doesn't do too much damage. Do not let him sit up. You've got to scramble. Ooh, big elbow.
Raining him down is Zhumabekov.
Anatoly trying to come out the back.
And that is it for round number 2, and we are getting a fight of the night candidate right now. Nate, both men are performing at a very high level.
I don't want to say that Anatoly was saved by the bell, but boy, that's a relief to him to have the bell. Let him stand back up, get out of that bad position. He was taking some damage.
And I'm saying, who needs stools anymore? I think stools are completely overrated.
No. Back in the day, this is how you did it. And you looked across the cage. If your opponent was even sitting down, why is he even here?
It's cool to go retro, and that's what we're doing here at Brave. No stools needed. It's our new motto. Charging forward there, we saw Kondratyev, whose striking was still on point. I would have liked to see him continue with those combinations instead of a 1-2, maybe 4 or 5 shots.
Ooh, big right hand there. A lot of highlights from Zhuman here, but Anatoly really landed the majority of the strike standing. Now, if I'm Zhuman's corner, I'm telling him, get that takedown. He's got the
with
superior
more time
ground
left.
game.
With
yes.
more time left.
Yes. It really looks like Zhuman has the superior ground game. If he can get that takedown again, it may find a finish to this fight.
I'll tell you, Zhumabekov has a nice chin. He's able to take a lot of pretty rough shots by Kondratyev and continue to move forward.
And I'm impressed at Zhuman's stiff jab. He throws that out there like a pole and just lands it hard, very disrupting.
We'll see if he employs the same strategy here as we go into our third and final round. It very well could be a round apiece here, Nate. That's kind of the way I see it.
Agreed. Say the same thing.
That means both men are going to have to go after it here in the third and final round, make it a decisive victory if it should go to the judges.
Now we'll see if Anatoliy, if he changes up his game plan just a little bit, because he's got to be worried about that takedown. That would mean keep your lead leg a little bit heavier, lean a little bit more so you can sprawl when Zhuman takes his shot. But then that also means you're not going to be landing as many strikes. So what does he go for? Does he try to play it safe, avoid the takedown, or really go for gold and really try to finish this fight with a bang in the third round?
Zhumabekov, you can tell he has a little bit more confidence now as he holds on to the center of the cage and moves forward, not letting Kondratyev dictate the fight. Smart strategy.
Yeah, Zhuman, that's a very good point. He really is controlling the center of the cage here and using that jab, using that left hook, keep Anatoly on his toes. Ooh. Oh, it switched up. Anatoly with the takedown. I did not see that coming, and neither did Zhuman. Ooh, up kick by Zhuman.
Nice up kick, right hand.
Big shot.
Kondratyev with the big bomb on the chin of Zhumabekov, but look who's right back up with a spring in his step.
And a touch of the gloves. Love it.
Wow. Kondratyev surprising everybody going for the takedown.
This is MMA. Just as I was saying that Zhuman has all the advantages on the ground, Anatoly gets that takedown and really does some damage.
What a well-matched affair between these two. Two fights, but he looks like he's been in there a lot longer than that, Nate, does Kondratyev.
He really does. Boy, he looks like a seasoned veteran.
Yeah, he has some real poise out there. Brave 6 live from Almaty City in Kazakhstan, being seen in 60 countries around the world.
You know, Anatoly, he shot that takedown naked, didn't set it up, didn't throw any distractions. That's why he didn't land this one compared to the first one. Zhuman wasn't expecting it at all in the first one. Oh, slam by Zhuman.
But he gets it, he gets the takedown. Now Kondratyev needs to scramble, because we've really noticed that Zhumabekov has used that experience. He's looked fantastic on top.
And this could be the whole first half of the round to Anatoly. Now, how is Zhuman going to deal on top where he's been so successful in the second round?
Elbows to the body, trying to sneak him up to the head.
Nice sweep by Anatoly, and he's up.
Wow, great takedown defense, back to his feet. These two, I could see them go a couple more rounds if it was up to me. They are putting on a show here in Almaty.
I don't know if I could take it. I'm getting exhausted just watching him. I was so worried Anatoly was going to be stuck down there for the rest of the round. He tries for the outside trip and rushes in for the takedown.
You're not still in fight shape, Nate? Come on, bro.
Fortunately, no.
I saw you running the streets of Almaty early this morning. Maybe running down to breakfast.
Most likely. Another touch of the gloves. That's what I love about the sport of MMA. Looking to knock each other out while respecting each other the whole time.
Oh, that's a sloppy takedown as Zhumabekov takes and pay for it. Wow. Impressive work, and Zhumabekov, it is clearly in the driver's seat now as round 3 ticks on with 90 seconds to go. Impressive.
And Anatoly really controlled the first half of the round, and it's been all Zhuman for the second half. Another minute to go. If Anatoly can turn things around, he could have this fight, but he's really got to put it on Zhuman for the rest of the round.
It's going to be a hard one to judge. I mean, to be completely honest, they are really both leaving it all inside the cage. They still have a minute to finish this fight. Zhumabekov has only won by finishing his opponent, whether it be TKO or submission. Is that what it's going to be in this big fight under the Brave lights?
Ooh, big right hand. A shot by Zhuman, and following that right hand.
Both men looking for a takedown. They both ducked down. It was just 1 week ago in India where we saw two men go for the takedown, and that ended the fight as they met heads, and they just nearly did that here. Wow, great grappling by Kondratyev to end up on top.
Great scramble. Anatoliy on top now. And reversed. But no, he stays on top. Oh, now he's on the bottom. What a scramble. Anatoliy can't rest here.
Anatoliy doesn't want to end up on the bottom to end the round. Just 10 seconds left in this one. Final moments. And that is it. That is the it for round number 3. What a war it was. A very, very action-packed fight. And now we have to let the judges do their job to decide our winner. Folks, we will be back to Almaty, Kazakhstan. This is Brave Combat Federation. And welcome back to Almaty, the Halak Arena. Let's take a look at the replay before we go to our official decision. In this very, very exciting matchup between bantamweights, and this truly was an early fight of the night candidate. You take a look at that takedown from Kondratyev. We didn't see him do that at all during the fight. He pulls it out in the 3rd round.
Nice outside trip with that takedown. And always with this forward pressure, if you can get your opponent falling backwards, moving backwards, a lock onto the hips, or get the trip, you'll get that takedown and do some damage. And he really surprised him, Anatoliy did. Zhuman didn't see that takedown coming.
100%, but now we'll see how it all shakes out. See how the judges see this fight. Let's go to the official decision, Carlos Kramer.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for these two warriors. What a fight that was! And ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges score the bout 29-28 for your winner. Out of the red corner, Anatoliy Kondratyev!
Well, how about that? You know, I pointed to the other fighter. I thought maybe Zhumabekov did enough in that fight, but it was close, super close. Kondratyev gets the win. It was that striking, pulling out that surprise takedown in round number 3. He did put together a pretty impressive performance.
It really was just an incredible fight, and if the decision would have gone the other way, I would not have complained. I think either fighter had a legitimate shot at winning this fight.
No, 100%. You got 2 bantamweights that I think you sign these guys up to the roster right away. Both very talented, both have a great skill set. I think that guy right there, Kondratyev, has a very, very bright future in this sport. I think he's going to make some serious waves.
Really, and working those combinations, his shots, and his cardio, staying strong the whole time. Even when he got hit, he's still moving forward.
Just a furious, vicious fighter is Kondratyev. You take a look at the replay, and he was dialed in from the moment the first bell rang in this fight.
He set such an incredible pace moving in and out. Look at that. He took a hard shot and just immediately came back.
And showed that he has the ability to get the takedown. Now, this is going to be the takedown that he took towards the end of the round by Zhumabekov, but was able to persevere under some pretty tight circumstances. It looked like he was almost going to be choked out. He was able to survive it, gets up, finishes the fight very well.
Yeah, what an incredible fight that was. What an incredible fighter. I expect to see big and very good things out of Anatoliy.